Hi, so it's September 14th. It is Adventures Through Wonderland month and it's week 3. So the book I'm currently reading is Potkin and Stabs by Sophie Green. I've read like 4 pages this morning, so I'm on page 78, which technically is 6 pages, but scratch that. I'm really liking this one so far. We meet little Potkin, and she wants to be a reporter. She wants to find this big case so that she will get a little bit of, good press, so she can join this sort of underground paper called Klaxon. And she ends up meeting this boy called Nedley, and it sort of involves a missing persons case, and she's trying to figure out who is he, where does he come from, and everything like that. But maybe shit happens that she did not plan to, and things get a little bit dark. I have a supernatural vibe in this entire series, I think. Well, it's a trilogy. I'm really enjoying it. I'm flying through it so quickly, and I'm home from work today because I have a cold and I'm going insane already. So we'll see how much reading I actually get done, because I feel like the more time I have, the less I read, because I'm weird. But I really would like to finish this one today, but I don't know, because there's a lot of pages left. And this is actually thicker than it looks. It's 374 pages and I'm on page 78. So we'll see how it goes, but it's definitely a really, really quick read. And I haven't gotten very far, but it's definitely intriguing. And I'm liking Nedley and Lil. And I just want to know what's going on. And I'm definitely planning on ordering book 2 in this trilogy. Possibly the 3rd book as well, because I know I'm gonna like this. And I know I'm gonna want to continue on with it, because sort of a mysterious sort of case cracking, and I like that jazz because I like Nice to Drew when I was younger. And also I got a Christie. I had a period, but yeah. So I'm gonna continue reading this one very soon. But I think I'm gonna try to edit my reading vlog for week 1 and 2 because I need to get that shit up. But I thought I would show you guys my bullet journal, which looks like shit because I can't draw or illustrate or whatever. In right now it's just more of a tick off the things I've done. But let's have a look. So we have Doom Slug. For you guys who don't know, it's from Brandon Sanderson's new series called Skyward. And I love myself a Doom Slug because they're adorable and useful, actually. So we have my September TBR, and as you can see, from week 1 and 2, I finished 2 of the prompts. Down the rabbit hole, read a book set in another world, which was the Strange Worlds Travel Agency, which I really enjoyed. And now we have Flower Garden, read an aesthetically pleasing book, Sky Pirates, Echo Quickthorn, and The Great Beyond. And then I'm supposed to do an Eat Me, Drink Me, make yourself a cozy reading snack. And I wanted to bake some cookies, so I don't know if I'll do that because I don't know if I have the ingredients, and since I have a cold, I'm not allowed to go into public spaces. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe my fiance will have to pick up some things, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do that. And then this is the one I'm working on at the moment, which is the White Rabbit's House, pick up a book for a cozy night in, Potkin and Stubbs, which has turned into a book for a cozy day in, since I started it yesterday. But yeah, there's some more after that. But yeah, I really want to finish the books that I've put on my TBR. Not only because I'll feel accomplished, but because I want to read so many middle grade books. And the plan was for me to read like 2 middle grade from my TBR each week. And then I would just add on the other middle grades I wanted to read. That has not happened because I'm not reading a lot. And I have been reading books that is not middle grade as well. Well, technically just the one and then one audio, but still. But now I really have a lot of middle grade I want to read, which is not on my TBR, and I just want to get to them. But then on the other hand, it's a Believe-a-thon, I think, in November, and that means more middle grade. But I don't think it's going to be a problem of me running out of middle grades because I am building that collection, man. But yeah, I just wanted to do like a quick sit-in today because I'm going crazy, and this will be a vlog of me slowly going crazy, I think. But yeah, let's get editing the vlog from the previous 2 weeks, I think. Hi, so it's currently Tuesday, it's September 15th, and like an hour and a half ago, I finished another book. So I finished Potkin and Stubbs by Sophia Green, and I think I've said the illustrator's name wrong this entire time, because apparently I can't read. But it's supposed to be KJ Mountford. Just no mistake here. But I think I've explained what this one is about. But it's Lil Potkin, and she is this investigating reporter, and she wants to be a part of this sort of underground newspaper called Klaxon, and she gets her first real case, which is a missing persons case, and it turns out to be the boy on the cover, and she's trying to figure out what happened to him and who he is and everything like that. And I enjoyed this book so much more than I thought. Oh, annoying son. It was such a quick read, and it completely flew through it, and I loved the characters and all the mysterious tidbits and everything like that, and it was just so much fun, and I really enjoyed it. And they ended up giving this book 4.5 out of 5 stars, and this finished the challenge of reading a book for a cozy night in. And technically, I mean, I did read it like in the afternoon as well, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I finished another book. This is the third middle grade book I've finished for this readathon, which is awesome. And then I've also started the fourth book, which is for Queen of Hearts, Read a Book You Think You'll Love, or something like that. And for this one, I've chosen The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bronte Metalstone by Jacqueline Moriarty, who actually happens to be Leanne Moriarty's baby sister. I just read on Goodreads, you know, the author that wrote Little Big Lies, and well, that's the only one I recognize. But yeah, and this is also illustrated by KJ Mountford, which is how I realized I said it wrong, because it says actually a little bit more clearly on the back right there. I don't know if you can see that. And so far I am 50 pages into this book, and I am loving it so much. In this one, we meet Bronte Metalstone, and she finds out that her parents have been killed by pirates, and she gets to read their will at a couple of lawyers' place, and she finds out that she has to visit her 10 aunts and giving them this sort of presents, and she has to do everything in a particular order. She has to go particular places and at a certain time, because otherwise her hometown will be destroyed. And so far, I really like the witty writing style. I love the illustrations. I love Bronte, and she's visiting her first aunt, which is Aunt Sue, and she has like a lot of boys, and they're really funny. And now there's sort of this elven fair or something like that, and shit has gone down already. Very eventful, and it's sort of this, just the banter in this book between different characters, in like just the jokes, and just I'm flying through it. I'm already on page 50, and I feel like I just started reading it, and it's going by so quickly, and I definitely think I will enjoy this one very much. But it's like 450-ish pages, so it's definitely a hunker, and I've already read 50, but I'm gonna try to power through it as much as I possibly can today. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've read so far. I really need to get my reading vlog up for week 1 and 2 of this readathon. I'm going to try to finish edit it today and get it uploaded by tonight, because I've only edited like 10 minutes of it, and it turned out to be like 40 minutes long or something. So hopefully I will be able to shorten it down, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But right now I think I am going to try to edit that vlog, and then I'm going to continue reading this because it's really good. Okay, so it's Friday. It's September 18th. I have been back to work because turns out it wasn't a cold, it was just allergies, and I fixed my medication and I'm all good now, except when it's really cold outside, because then my nose goes. Anyways, enough about my nose. I am currently reading The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bronte Metalstone. Now that's the title, and also ouch, smack myself in the face. This is by Jacqueline Moriarty. This is quite chunky because it's over 400 pages, and I'm a little bit more than halfway through. I have been absolutely flying through this book. So far, I'm really loving it. I love her aunts. They're all very like eccentric, but they still have like their different personalities and everything like that. The sad part though, I think, is some of the aunts you get to spend like 70 or 80 pages with, and then we have some aunts that we get like 4 pages. And I was really excited to read about the aunt that like is a caretaker of dragons, or sort of a veterinarian for dragons, or whatever you want to call it. And we only get like a few pages with her, and that kind of disappointed me, because I mean, I love dragons and I thought that would be really like interesting. And there's just, overall, I just really love it. Like, all of the hounds are really funny. One is really terrible. Not like she's mean or anything, she's just kind of, I don't want to spoil anything, but I just really don't like her. So I don't know how many aunts she's been at this point. Maybe like 5 or 6 or something like that. I think we're about halfway through. And she's working her way to her final destination. She's been dropping off presents left and right. And she's like, so much shit is going on. And she gets to meet some of her cousins, which she really likes. And she's like, it's really cool. And there's been some magical reveals and stuff, and there's not really a lot you can tell about the plot except like the premise of it without spoiling, because there's a lot of shit happening on the way. But I'm really enjoying it, and I am flying through it. Like, I have a 30-minute break at work, and I read this, and I read like 40 pages because it's so freaking quick. So I'd like to finish it today if possible, or early Saturday maybe, so I can continue on with my next book, because I have 2.5 books left on my TBR, and it would be awesome to get somewhat finished with it, since next week I'm going to do Buzzwordathon for the entire week, and then I only have 3 days left of Adventures Through Wonderland. So it would be good if I can actually be pretty much finished, like have like 1 book left maybe, preferably less, because it's still like work days. I don't know, but I'm loving this one. So if you haven't read this, definitely pick it up. I know there's another book coming out. Jesus Christ, Lance, you scared me half to death. Book that's supposed to be, I think it's a companion book, because I don't think it's follow the same characters. But it does have a really beautiful cover, and with illustrations in it, and just, you know, the same witty writing style or so, I believe. So really looking forward to that. Really trying to downsize my book hauls, which is a struggle, but I'm trying. So I really need to just read. Baby, do you want to come? Fine. Skrut. Right. I'm back. So it's September 19th. It is Saturday. I have actually gotten quite a lot of things done today, because I have blogged, written some book reviews, and, you know, going to edit a video like now. But I just wanted to tell you guys about the book I finished not 10 minutes ago, and that was The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bronte Metalstone by Jacqueline Moriarty. I just finished this one. It's a hunker, and I love this. Which is very soothing, because this was the book I read for the prompt of the Queen of Hearts challenge, read a book you think you'll love, and I definitely did love this one. So we meet Bronte, and she finds out that her parents were killed by pirates, and they leave her this sort of will or testament or whatever, where it's really exact instructions about what she's supposed to do and how to do it and everything like that. And she's supposed to hand over gifts to all of her 10 aunts, and she has to do it in a certain way, because otherwise her hometown Gansley will actually be like destroyed. And I love Bronte. She's 10 years old, and she's like very inventive and very smart and clever, and just a delight to read about. And all of her aunts were really like really different, and they worked with really cool things like being sea captains and taking care of dragons and being a queen and stuff like that. And I usually don't like books where there's a lot of traveling involved, because I usually do get somewhat bored with it after a while, but I definitely enjoyed this one the entire way through, although I was a little bit disappointed that some of the aunts that I was the most interested in didn't get that many pages, like the one with taking care of the dragons, that was sort of a veterinarian for dragons or whatever, and we didn't really get to read a lot about her, while there were other aunts that I didn't find as interesting that we get to spend a lot more time with. So that was a little bit disappointing, which made me like lose it for a little bit. But I really did enjoy this one. I definitely flew through this. I read it so quickly, even though it's such a hunker, and it actually has beautiful illustrations in it, which I didn't know before picking it up. We have an illustration right there, and it's beautiful, and it's made by Carl James Montfort, and I've realized I have a lot of books with his illustrations on my TBR, so obviously I like them. But yeah, I ended up giving this book 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I'm going to try to edit some videos now before dinner, but then I'm going to pick up Starfell, Willow Moss and the Lost David, Dominique Valente. This is supposed to be the book for the challenge of reading a mystery book or a mysterious book or something like that. I think this will be a really quick read because it's not that long, and it's like filled with illustrations. They're like half pages or even full pages and stuff like that. You can see that. So I think it'll be a really quick read, and I've had this book on my shelf for quite some time now, so I'm really looking forward to reading it. I have company. Are you snuggling with my feet, Luns? Luns. Hi, Luna. So I thought we'd just wrap up this reading vlog because it's currently Tuesday and I'm so tired, but we're going to do this anyway because it's needed to be done. So during this week, which was week 3 of the Adventures Through Wonderland readathon, I actually managed to finish 3 books. So the first one I finished, which was the one that carried on from the week previous, was Potkin and Stubbs by Sophie Green, illustrated by KJ Montfort, and I love this book so much. I love Lil and Stubbs and the sort of investigating journalist part, and the supernatural and the sort of like investigation they do to find out about this missing persons case, and she's still a lot of interesting things going on. I don't really want to say too much because spoilers, and also you shouldn't really know much. You should go in blind, but there's beautiful illustrations. I love the way it's been written. I love the characters, and it's really intriguing, and you don't really know where it's going to get you. And I immediately ordered book 2 and 3 in the series when I finished this one. So I ended up giving this book 4.5 out of 5 stars. To finishing that one, I read The Extremely Inconvenient Adventures of Bronte Mittlestone by Jacqueline Moriarty. This was a hunker, but I loved it. And I mean, I think I've explained what all of these books were about 5 billion times, but I really loved the sort of whimsical and sort of sarcastic banter that was going on throughout this book, and all of the aunts were really different, and I did really enjoy seeing all of them. They were really interesting. I love Bronte. She was really smart, and she has like great ideas, and she's really like really bright 10-year-old. The thing that got to me after a while was the fact that like it's a lot of traveling from point A to point B, which is not really a thing that I like very much. So after a while got to drag a little down for me, but overall I really did enjoy it. and sometimes there was some aunts that I wanted to know a lot more about, like the ones taking care of dragons, and then there was the other ones that weren't really as cool that you could spend like 70-80 pages with, but not that one. So yeah, that dragged it down a little bit, so I ended up giving this book 4.5 out of 5 stars, but I did really love it a lot. And then the third and last book I ended up finishing was Starfall, Willow Moss and the Lost Day by Dominique Valente, illustrated by Sarah Warburton. This is a really short book. I read this one in like a day and a half, and it's really great. So it's about Willow Moss, and she has to find last Tuesday, because if she can't find it, then people don't remember what happened on that day, and pretty much it's erased from everybody's memory, and she needs to know what the hell happened on that day, because she is worried it's something about her grandma. And this was like a really like witchy aspect, because they're witches, and she has a sister that can blow up things, and she has a sister that can move things with her mind, and her mother can like speak to the dead and stuff like that. But this powerful witch comes and asks for Willow Moss's help to find lost Tuesday, because Willow Moss can find lost things. And because they get like broomsticks and stuff, and they meet a giant, and it's a very whimsical journey they go on, and she picks up a lot of friends, new friends, to help out on this mission. And there's dragons, and I did really enjoy it. It's really cute and definitely very eventful, and I ended up giving this 4 out of 5 stars. Listened to like very little audiobook, like I was really bad listening to audiobook during this vlog, but I listened to about an hour and a half to The Vanishing Trick. I'll insert the cover here because I don't remember the author's name right now because I'm so tired. But in total during this week, I ended up reading 1,042 pages and listening to an hour and a half of audiobook, and I finished 3 challenges. That's really great. So later, when the last like 3 days of September, I'll have just the one book to finish, which is The Train to Impossible Places, and I've read like 10 pages of that, so that's gonna be a struggle for sure, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna try to do it. So yeah, I'm really great. I'm really happy about the 1,042 pages, because in 1 week I read only 42 pages less than the first 2 weeks combined of September, because then I read 1,084 pages, and that was in 2 weeks, and I read 42 pages less than that in 1 week. So it's going great, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna go to sleep because I'm tired. So I'll see if I read anything more, but now it's Buzzwordathon, bitch.